Okay, so I wanted to touch on why you'll hear often Lucia or myself tell someone to stop doing so much cardio. It's not that we're, anti-cardio or despise cardio, although I do despise cardio, but that's not why I tell people to do that. I have a soft spot in my own heart for kickboxing. I do love kickboxing, even though I don't necessarily like cardio. Some of the reasons why you'll hear us say that is, say for someone who, you've ate at 1,200 calories for the last year or two or 5, and you decide to try eating more. So you want to up your calories to your 15% below your maintenance, and, but you run, you run 6 miles, 10 miles a day or something like that. So, your calories are at the higher end, maybe, like 3,500 calories or so, or just whatever a number that may seem huge to you because of the higher burns that you're getting. And then a person will tell us, I can't eat that much. So often we'll just say burn less, because if you burn less, you don't have to eat as much. So that is one of the main reasons why you'll hear us say, like, you could just turn the cardio down a notch, because it won't really, it's not helping you as far as trying to figure out how to fit all those calories into your day, because it's really hard to hit that many calories. But if you aren't burning, 800 calories during your workout, then there's no reason why you would have to eat that many extra calories. So just something to consider. Another reason is that your body adapts to cardio. So it could be the fact that, after a while, if you do an hour of cardio every day, after a while, that your body looks at that hour as if it's just a part of your day. You don't burn the same amount of calories because your body adapts and you become more efficient, which, is, if you're an endurance runner or marathon runner, those are the types of things that you look for. You want to become more efficient because you want to be able to accomplish more in less time. You want to run faster. So if you're in that scenario, then, yes, the cardio will help you. But when you're in a weight loss scenario, sometimes that efficiency can backfire on you, because you become so efficient that you running 10 miles is no different than you doing the laundry to your body. There's nothing really stressful happening that it has to adapt to. So it's just part of your regular routine. And the thing with cardio is that when your body adapts to a certain level, the only way to make your body change again and to start accepting it again is you have to go longer, typically. You have to change it up some type of way. And so that's what happens, is a person will start off doing 30 minutes, and then after a while they'll notice that they're not getting the results that they want. So then they'll up it to 60 minutes, and then their body adapts to that, and then they up it to 90 minutes, and it just keeps going. And eventually, your whole day is spent trying to get these crazy burns in, which, to us, like we said, we're always about, we want you to enjoy your life. We want you to be able to spend time with your family, play with your kids and things like that. And if you're so busy trying to fit all these burns into your day, and then trying to figure out how to eat back the calories that you're getting from these burns, it's just overkill. And which leads me into the next thing, is that sometimes with the excess cardio, people end up in the overtraining zone really easily, and they don't even realize it, because you are just putting that constant stress on your joints in the same way all the time, every day. And then when you add strength training to the mix, if you're doing, you have a really heavy leg day, and then you run that same day, and then you run again the next day, and the next day, and then you have another heavy leg day, and after a while, you're constantly pumping lactic acid into those muscles, and it's never being released. And so you'll often see the person that, runs all the time will write to us and say, I don't understand why I'm not losing. Well, if you've hit that overtraining zone, you're not going to lose, because that's one of the things that happens during that time is, you know, pretty much your body just doesn't even know what's going on anymore. You're overworking yourself and you're not getting any results from it, you know, so then you start lowering your calories again, and then it's just that whole slippery slope of, you know, like burning crazy amounts and eating next to nothing. So you just don't want to go that route. Another reason is that we always recommend strength training and doing weightlifting, and, you know, we understand that maybe not everyone is going to go that route, but a lot of people, when they tell us the type of results that they're looking for, we will let them know to include strength training, because typically it will help them to achieve those results. When you add the strength training in, it's okay to sub it in for some. If you say you did cardio 5 days a week and now you want to add in strength training, you don't have to add it in on top of the cardio. You can remove some of the cardio days and put in your weight training days in the midst of it, you know, because if you're including the weight training, especially because you want to build lean muscle mass, you know, which we'll go into some of the benefits of strength training in a different video. If you're trying to build a lean muscle mass, especially in women, sometimes all that extra cardio makes it really, really hard for you to build that muscle mass. It is really hard for women to put on the kind of muscle that they want to. It's not as easy as we often think, because, you know, we just think like, oh, I'm getting bulky, and then, you know, we cut back. But a lot of times with the cardio, you know, if you're doing more of one than the other, it kind of forces your body to choose, basically. So if you're having these super high endurance workouts, and then you have, you know, you're throwing in a couple of weight training workouts now and then, you know, you kind of force your body to choose between endurance and strength. And usually endurance will win. So then you're not getting the strength results that you want. And now you're really pushing your body into that overtraining zone, because you're doing both. You're doing the strength and you're doing crazy cardio still. So you will often see better results when you cut back the cardio some. So you will hear us tell you, if you say, I do all this cardio and I'm not seeing results, we may tell you to cut back on the cardio. If you say, you know, I can't eat this much, and we see that you are running 83 miles per week, we're going to say, well, you know, cut back on the mileage some. It's not that we have anything against if you love cardio, because, you know, I'm never going to just say stop doing something that you love. But I just know that so many people think that cardio is the only way to lose weight, that we have to constantly remind people that strength training is going to change your shape. Cardio may help you to become a smaller version of yourself, but everything will still be kind of proportioned the same way, which, if you like your proportions, maybe that's fine. Maybe you don't mind just being a skinnier version of you. But strength training will really help you to reshape your body into the body that you want. You can actually use it to build up the parts that are lacking. That's where the whole term bodybuilding came from. Not that you're going to become this massive, huge bodybuilder, but that's the point of it, is that you can help build the body that you want. And with cardio, that is not always the case. So you do not have to kill yourself with cardio if it's not something that you enjoy doing. You don't have to burn, you know, 3,000 calories just in cardio every week or day or whatever, because the strength training is going to help take care of some of that. Even though you may see sometimes when you strength train, you know, you wear your heart rate monitor and, you know, you look at the burn and it's like, what was that? That was a waste. And you feel like that maybe strength training isn't worthwhile, because, you know, maybe you ran on the elliptical and you burned 600 calories and you did strength training and your heart rate monitor says 150 calories. Well, the thing with cardio is that, yes, what you see is what you get. So the burn that you see on your heart rate monitor is what it is. With strength training, that is not the case. What you see on that heart rate monitor is just a small fraction of what is really going on. There's a huge afterburn factor. So you're burning calories after the workout is over, which is not necessarily the case with cardio. and you're building muscle, which muscle burns calories at rest. So you want to do that regardless of what you see on the heart rate monitor, because it is still burning the calories anyway, even though you don't see them on the heart rate monitor. So the same way we say that the scale isn't always the most accurate thing for weight loss, your heart rate monitor isn't the most accurate thing for when you're weight training. So something else to keep in mind. So if that is something that you think describes you, if you look at your regimen in general and you're not getting the results that you want and you're tipping more to the cardio side of the spectrum, then that is something that we will 9 times out of 10 recommend, because you will see that Lucia and I do very minimal amounts of cardio, and really, you know, that has helped us to zero in more on the results that we want than when we were going crazy with cardio. And like I said, because I hate cardio anyways, once I found that out, it was a win-win situation for me. So the basic thing with cardio is, yes, if you enjoy it, fine, you can do it, keep it in your regimen, but you need to make sure you're still eating enough to support all that burning that you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, then you can find other ways to get that burn in, you know, do enough to keep your heart healthy and leave it at that. If you're somewhere in the middle of the road, same thing. You could just do enough that it makes you feel good, you get your heart pumping, but you still have your weight training in the mix too. It's just not the be all end all of weight loss. So